Good morning guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is a gross one. I know, you don't have to tell me in the comments. I already know that our garage is disgusting. Every time we clean it, it just ends up trashed within a week. So today I'm gonna clean it. I'm gonna be surprising Luke. He's at work and he's been wanting to get it cleaned for a while, but he's so busy all the time, he hasn't had time to do it. So what I'm gonna do is tidy it up today. There's crap everywhere, there's empty boxes, our tables are a mess. I'm gonna go ahead and show you in a second here. But first, don't forget to subscribe if you wanna see more content like this. Give the video a thumbs up. It always supports my channel, and leave a comment down below. Let's jump into this disgusting clean with me video. Okay guys, as you can see, some boxes have piled up over time. I didn't realize how bad it was getting, and Luke just recently bought a bunch of new tools, so that's where most of those boxes came from. Desks are really bad. The kids spend a lot of time in here, as well as Luke and I, so a lot of stuff just accumulates over time. And as you can see, Talia has spent a bit of time at Luke's desk since he's been at work. The whole garage is disgusting, I'm well aware. There's some tables in the middle of the room because Luke and I both have some projects going at the moment. He's building a couple of tables for us, and also I'm redoing some furniture. He has so many tools, I don't even know what most of them are, so reorganizing them in the garage is going to be a bit of fun, really. The floor is quite dirty because, like I said, I've been working on tables, so when I'm sanding back the furniture, dust just ends up absolutely everywhere. But let's start cleaning it up because it needs to be done. It's well overdue. I'm just going to start by removing all of the rubbish and the clean clothes that need to just get out of the way so that I can start to organize what needs to stay inside the garage. This was really finicky, honestly. Like, packing up all of the cardboard boxes took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. Obviously, I wanted them to be flat so that it didn't fill the bin up outside as quickly, but honestly, the recycling bin outside is absolutely full now after emptying out the garage and filling all of the boxes, like putting all of the boxes in those bins. That's not even all of the boxes. It looks like all the boxes, but there are some more hiding around the corner, and I can't believe I let it get this bad. I should just, when there's a box that needs to be taken outside, just break it down and take it outside. But I guess it's just become the dumping ground in the garage. When we have boxes that we don't use or we're finished using, we just kind of chuck it on the floor and we'll just deal with that later, So here I am dealing with everybody neglecting the housework because, that's what happens when you have a huge family. This craft table here, I do tidy it up, and I also move it around a little bit because it's just kind of floating in the middle of the garage. And if I'm being honest, it doesn't even really get used by Talia because, as you can see, there's just all of my crap, like all of the box that I'm organizing right now. That's my stuff, like all of my sandpaper and everything that I use to do my projects. I'm just going to tidy up the craft table so that she can actually use it, but I don't like that it's floating in the middle of the room because it really gets in the way, and it just makes the space so unusable. Like, Luke can't bring a car in because there's just a table floating in the middle of the room, and it's completely useless because it just becomes a dumping ground for all our crap, and Talia can't even use it anyway. So I do kind of move it out of the way so that I'm going to deter myself and Luke from kind of just dumping our crap there, because we move it out of the way a little bit so that maybe Talia can use it for its original purpose, which was a craft table. I'm just going to wipe it down. It's really dirty. Everything in the garage is just covered in like a film of a mixture of paint from when Luke painted a car recently, and also, like I said, dust from me dusting things back. I'm just realizing now, as I'm sweeping the floor and moving the furniture around, how much work there really is to do in the garage. Evie's asleep at the moment, like as I'm cleaning the garage, so I'm trying to get everything done in her nap time, and it was at that point that I realized I might not actually get all this done in one nap time. It took me about 2.5 hours, I think, to clean the garage, and I did get it done before she woke up. Thank goodness. I got it all done in one go, but I had to really rush around. And you'll see me doing that. I'm just like running around trying to get it all done. But I've moved the craft table against that wall there to get it out of the way. And I've organized all of Talia's craft things on the table so that it's a usable space now and she can do her crafts on it. Now I'm gonna tackle Luke's desk. It is disgusting. It wasn't this bad yesterday, but Talia wanted to hang out with me while I was doing some work on my computer. So I put some snacks and stuff in front of her so that she could eat while I worked. And don't get me wrong, it was bad before, but it made it like a million times worse. Once she sat down and started eating, there was like crumbs and stuff everywhere. But Luke's desk also kind of becomes a dumping ground. So there's just a lot of stuff there that needs to be organized and moved into different rooms. There's like a cookbook and some paint from my projects, which, you know, I'm just gonna basically be moving everything around the garage and organizing it into where it's supposed to be. There is a lot of rubbish just kind of laying around everywhere. So I'm gonna just remove that and pop it in the bin. And then, like I said, everything's covered in dust and just because it's a garage, and Luke and I both do work in the garage. As you can see, there's like stuff on my pants as well, like dust and whatnot on my pants. So I'm just gonna wipe the table down. It was absolutely disgusting. As you can see here, there's just like dust everywhere and I couldn't find my duster. So look how gross that is. I'm just using a paper towel and some disinfectant cleaner to wipe the desk down and remove as much dirt and paint and whatever that stuff is as possible. I removed his soundboard and gave it a wipe underneath as well because for some reason there was dust under there as well. Our mouse pads get really, really gross and dirty. So I've just removed that and shaken it off and wiped the entire desk down. This area here, the whole garage just becomes a dumping ground. You're going to hear me say that throughout the video. And this little toolbox here is actually my toolbox that Luke bought me recently, and I absolutely love it. It's just got these cute little pink tools in it for me because I'm starting to get into, like I said, redoing furniture and a bit of handiwork. So he bought that for me, which I thought was really, really nice. This table here is like a TV unit, and it's really gross, as you can see on top, but it's actually a really good, like not good quality, but it's in good nick. Like it's really dirty obviously, but there's nothing wrong with it. So I'm just going to wipe it down, and Luke and I are going to come up with an idea of what we're going to do with it and what we're going to use it for. But there's still, as you can see here, rubbish all over the ground. I'm just going to pick up more rubbish and chuck it in the bin and keep working on. There's still so much work to do. I'm just looking around at Luke's tools thinking I don't even know what any of this stuff is, like literally any of it is. So I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to organize everything. So basically what I did in that black cabinet there is the top shelf, I put anything that looked like it was woodworking or painting related, and then on the second shelf down is all car stuff or stuff that I just didn't really know what it was. So I've organized those things into those shelves, and then the shelves down are just a mess. Like I didn't even touch them. This table here, it was just covered in like tools and honestly things that I don't even know what they are. And this little table down here is absolutely ruined. It was ruined before we brought it into the garage, so it's just become another one of the dumping grounds in the garage, and it's just covered in stuff that really needs to find a home. We need to come up with an organizational system in the garage. We need some more storage boxes, we need some hooks or something, because we don't have a spot for everything, and it really annoys me. It gets on my nerves when there is not a space for everything. And as you can see, a lot of those stains aren't even moving, and honestly most of those stains were there before we even moved this table into the garage, because, you know, kids and white furniture don't mix. So I'm just gonna keep popping some stuff into this cabinet because it's really the only place that we can put things. And I'm just gonna pick up the stuff off this workout mat. This poor workout station has been so neglected. And as you can see, I'm just gonna start sweeping from this side of the room across. And every time I sweep, there's just so much dust that gets unsettled from the ground. It's not even just dust, it's also like powder. I don't even know what you call it. Like when you're sanding back the desk, it's basically just like wood particles. So that the desk that's touching the ground that I'm moving there, that's the desk that I'm redoing, and there is a top of a different desk on top of that desk, and that's the desk that Luke is building for us. He's building us a couple of desks as well, and as you can see, there's just a bunch of stuff on the floor. It's really gross. There's even a biscuit in there and a pencil and just a bunch of dirt and dust, which is disgusting. It felt really, really good to sweep it up off the floor and pop it into the bin so that, you know, it's not being all over my feet. That's half of the room kind of done, and then I'm just going to tackle the rest of the room. This poor white chair was so beautiful when I first got it, and now it's just so dirty, and I don't think it's salvageable. I think I'm going to just chuck it out. Now I'm going to tackle my desk, and it's pretty gross as well. There's toys and kids stuff on it and cleaning chemicals and a couple of Jim Beam cans there and some stubby coolers and books and pens, and, you know, just once again another dumping ground. Here's my this is actually a makeup brush. Like I said, I couldn't find my duster, so I used this little makeup brush to kind of like dust my desk down before I sprayed it, because I didn't want to just be moving dirt around. I kind of wanted to get it off the desk before I disinfected it, and just shaking off my huge mouse pad and wiping the desk down. It looks so much better now, and it felt so good to get all of the dust off and just have my space clean, because that's where I work. That's where I unwind at the end of the day. It's where I watch Netflix. It's where I kind of just chill out. So to have it cluttered and dirty like that, I wasn't fully unwinding. And now that it's clean, I tell you, like, the end of the day is so much more enjoyable when I can just come into the garage, sit down at my computer. It's nice and clean. It's not cluttered. It's absolutely amazing. There was more boxes that I'm just like packing down and popping in the bin. And this is another whole section of our gigantic garage that still needs to be cleaned. The garage is so incredibly huge, and the fact that every inch of it was just covered in stuff baffles me. But it was a huge job. We eventually got there in the end. As you can see in the corner there with the couch, that's the corner of things we're getting rid of. I don't even know what this thing is, but damn, it's heavy. It was really heavy. I think Luke uses it to like jack the car up or something, but it was heavy. But yeah, that corner in the left there, that's the corner of stuff that I'm getting rid of or selling on Facebook Marketplace, or just like chucking out at the tip. I'm just going to, I found my duster. That's right. I did like a happy dance, and I was in such a good mood after that, because I'd been looking for my duster the whole time I was cleaning the garage. I kept like trying to find it, but I found it just randomly on the floor. These towels here are towels that Luke uses when he's, I don't know, cleaning cars, doing stuff, I don't know, doing manly stuff, who knows. He's so happy with these towels. He loves them so much. So they're all clean. I'm just going to fold them up and put them in a neat pile. And as you can see, there's a bunch of dust all over our massage table, which, by the way, we haven't even used that massage table once since we got it, which is a bit sad. We'd planned on getting massages at home. And what a surprise. The vacuum cleaner is plugged into the wall and turned on. I don't use this vacuum cleaner. This is Luke's vacuum cleaner. But it was turned on at the wall and still plugged in. Such a man thing to just not complete a job like that. And once again, this extension cord was also turned on at the wall and plugged in. It wasn't even plugged into anything. It was just like sitting there on, which is, I don't even know, is that dangerous? Probably. So I'm just going to wind it up and pop it away somewhere, and yeah, continue to reorganize the baby stuff. Those like colorful things I just put away obviously are baby items that I'm going to be selling on the Facebook Marketplace, because like the baby stage is over now and we're not having any more kids. So it is sad, but we're getting rid of all of the baby stuff. So it's just going to go over in the corner of things that we're getting rid of and that we don't need to use anymore. But as you can see, it's looking a lot more organized now. I'm just sweeping the floor and getting all of the dirt and just random crap that is just on the floor around the garage. I'm just going to sweep it into a pile and then pop it in the bin, because I cannot believe all of this was on my garage floor. How disgusting. Like, that is a huge dustpan and it didn't even carry everything. That was on half of the garage. this was so satisfying vacuuming. I didn't realize how dirty this workout mat was, like workout squares. I didn't realize how dirty it was until I was like, I'm gonna just see what happens if I try and vacuum this to get the dust off. And holy moly, I was like, this is so disgusting and dirty. And it felt really good to vacuum all the dust away. But this vacuum is amazing. It's the Dyson V7, if you're wondering. I actually really like it. Luke's just recently replaced the battery because it was dying really quickly, but now it lasts for ages. I'm gonna mop the floor. This is actually a mop that we specifically have for the garage. Like, this is our garage mop. It's really gross, it's really disgusting, it's dirty. We don't use it inside the house. It's just to quickly mop the garage when we do a big clean like this, because I don't want to be like bringing all the germs from the garage and the dirt and the dust into the house. So we have our own garage mop. Fun fact. And as you can see, the water was disgusting. That's this. I had 2 of those dirty buckets. And here you go. Here's the before and after of the garage. All of our boxes. It felt so good to like look at the before and after shots of this, because I felt like it didn't make a huge difference cleaning it, but after looking at the before and after footage, I realized actually it was a huge difference. It's not perfect by any means. Don't get me wrong, I could spend days getting the garage perfect, but I only had 2.5 hours, like I said. But I feel like for the 2.5 hours, I did a really good job for how much work there really was in the garage, especially given I didn't know what 90% of the stuff was that I even organized. I probably put everything in the wrong spot, but you know, it can't be worse than just randomly placing it around the garage. So I feel like I've done a pretty good job. Our workout area is looking a lot more tidy, like we're going to be able to actually use it in the future, which is really, really nice. And like I said, I've just popped his tools just like on that table. I couldn't even tell you what like 90% of those tools are. The massage table is looking much better now. Before it was, like I said, a dumping ground, and now it's completely usable if we do decide to get a massage. That's our like clothes drying area that I've just like picked all of the stuff off of the floor, and now we can actually use this space. I can't believe how bad it was just like looking at the before and afters. Terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong, the after isn't perfect, like I said, that's still very cluttered, but we need some more storage areas because it's really hard to find a spot for everything when you don't have a whole lot of storage in your garage, but you have a lot of crap. Okay, as you can see, it's not perfect. I very much underestimated how long it was gonna take. But it's okay. Evie's just woken up from her nap, perfect timing. I'm gonna go get her up. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you wanna see more content like this, and give it a thumbs up. It always helps my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
This is me, I'm so royal, and you all wanna be round. Yeah, you all wanna be round. Round a champion, a champion.